Welcome to PH Insight. Know the force behind the flag. Whether it's warships, fighter jets, or the next big defense move, if it matters to Philippine security, it's here. In a candid interview on ANC's Headstart with veteran journalist Karen Davila, Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. laid out one of the most comprehensive overviews of the Philippines' defense modernization trajectory to date. From unprecedented U.S. military assistance to the ambitious expansion of domestic ammunition production, Teodoro's statements mark a defining moment for the nation's security policy in an increasingly contested Indo-Pacific region. Teodoro confirmed a landmark deal that had been under speculation for weeks. The U.S. Congress has enacted a defense assistance package worth $500 million annually for 5 years, earmarked for the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP. The massive aid package, totaling $2.5 billion, is a significant gesture of Washington's commitment to its oldest treaty ally in Asia. This is not just about hardware, Teodoro said. It's about capabilities, secured communication systems, upskilling our people, and upgrading the equipment we already have. According to defense watchers like Max Defense Philippines, this funding will be channeled through the U.S.-Philippine Security Sector Assistance Roadmap, and will likely prioritize high-impact areas. Jose Rizal-class frigates, expected to receive vertical launch systems, VLS, close-in weapon systems, CIWS, and towed array sonar, transforming them into true multi-role combatants. Miguel Malvar-class frigates and Raja Solomon-class OPVs, likely to get advanced sonar and electronic warfare (EW) upgrades, along with heavier armaments. Tarlac-class landing platform docks, LPD's anticipated enhancements include better sensors and self-defense systems. Del Pilar-class frigates, after years of stalled upgrades, there is hope for finally restoring and arming these former U.S. Coast Guard cutters. FA-50PH light combat aircraft, the Air Force's fleet may receive Block 10 or 60 upgrades, giving the fighters expanded radar, communications, and weapons integration capabilities. Beyond platforms, the funding will also empower C4 ISTER, command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance, cybersecurity, and ISR capabilities across all service branches. This expansive approach signals a transition, from a Philippine military focused mainly on internal security to one finally aligning with external defense missions and regional deterrence. Another major issue Teodoro addressed was the 2026 National Expenditure Program, NEP. The Department of National Defense, DND, has submitted a larger budget request, driven not just by acquisition but also the sustainment of newly acquired capabilities. Buying advanced systems is just the first step, Teodoro emphasized. The bigger challenge is sustaining them, training, fuel, spare parts, munitions, and facilities. Expansion of non-EDCA facilities such as new naval bases, airstrips, and radar sites, particularly in Palawan, Mindanao, and northern Luzon. Expansion of non-EDCA facilities such as new naval bases, airstrips, and radar sites, particularly in Palawan, Mindanao, and northern Luzon. Joint use developments with allies, especially in areas not currently covered by the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA. This shift to long-term sustainment planning reflects lessons learned from past shortfalls. In previous decades, major equipment such as the FA-50s or frigates were delivered, only to face shortages in maintenance and spare parts later. A smarter way to fund modernization, shift to long-term financing. Perhaps the most forward-looking announcement from Teodoro was the plan to move away from the traditional General Appropriations Act, GAA, funding model toward alternative financing options such as soft loans, syndicated loans, and life-cycle-based payment structures. Until now, Philippine defense acquisitions have been hampered by the 5-year payment window mandated under the GAA, forcing rushed procurement and limiting the size and complexity of what can be purchased. This year was focused heavily on repayments, what we call MYO, multi-year obligational authority, commitments, for equipment we acquired in the last phase, Teodoro explained. That's why we've been restrained in launching new procurement this year. The revised approach will allow larger, longer-term acquisitions, better suited for platforms with a service life of 20 to 40 years, such as submarines, new fighter aircraft, and missile systems. It also brings the AFP's procurement strategy closer to that of its regional neighbors like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam, who already use long-term loans or mixed financing mechanisms. Subic Ammunition Plant, a game-changer for defense industry. Addressing speculation around a planned ammunition production facility in Subic Bay, Teodoro clarified the project's purely commercial nature. Contrary to rumors, the U.S. government is not directly involved, but rather an American company is partnering with a vetted Filipino firm with the capability for technology transfer and compliance with international standards. This is a business-to-business arrangement, but one that will benefit the Philippine defense sector, Teodoro said. It's not just about supply, it's about building capacity here at home. This is a business-to-business arrangement, but one that will benefit the Philippine defense sector, Teodoro said. It's not just about supply, it's about building capacity here at home. The plant is expected to manufacture small arms ammunition initially, but may expand into artillery, naval, and air-delivered munitions. Notably, it will not only support the AFP but may also export to the U.S. military and allied forces, injecting foreign investment and jobs into the local economy. This initiative reflects the government's push to revitalize the long-dormant government arsenal, and to kickstart a Philippine Defense Industrial Base, DIB, a vital component for genuine self-reliance. On the status of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, Teodoro gave a frank update. Only 2 sites are currently active and operational with U.S. presence. The remaining 7 are still in various stages of documentation and logistical coordination. Paperwork and bureaucracy are real issues, Teodoro said. Before the U.S. can commit personnel and equipment, proper agreements need to be in place for logistics sharing, operational coordination, and security guarantees. Still, the importance of EDCA sites, especially those close to hotspots like the West Philippine Sea, cannot be overstated. Once fully operational, these bases will serve as forward operating locations for humanitarian relief, maritime patrols, and possibly missile defense systems in case of regional escalation.